Hello there, this is Åsa with a new process video. Today I'm working with these 3 lovely photos of my son from last summer. He is by the kiddie pool blowing soap bubbles. I can't really tell why he's standing on a stool, but that was obviously an important part of the actual play. And perhaps it was to give the bubbles a bit more lift. I don't know, but that could be the reason. These photos were taken during one of the perhaps 3 days when we had really nice weather last summer, and I took the opportunity to take lots of photos. When I'm done, I think there will be at least 4 layouts in my album from this particular day. I am done with the layouts that I did during National Scrapbooking Weekend, and the next layouts that I'll show you are just some that I did during the weekends that followed, and they have no particular theme in common, just stuff that I wanted to make when I was in my scrap area. This is the Fresh snap collection from Simple Stories. I think it's called Fresh. I made a couple of layouts with this collection already, and the last one I did was the view of the town layout a couple of weeks back. I will be working on this great paper background from the Pia collection, and it will not be much left of it when I'm done, typically me, and but I think that it gives a really nice background effect anyway, and I'm pleased that I made the layout on a pattern paper instead of just using a white cardstock. I have pieced together the photos, and I've cut away a lot of the lawn and the things that I didn't feel contributed to the photo block, and that's something that I often do, because since I scrap multiphoto almost always, I like to just take away what's not necessarily important in the photos. So I tend to cut away lots of wall, lawn, forests, those things that doesn't add to the reason why I want to display that photo. And in that way I also get room for more photos on a page. I realize that this is something that not a lot of people do, and perhaps people like to crop their photos before they print them, and I sometimes do that, but I've realized that I get more freedom when I can cut into my photos, and it is easier for me to keep the photos in the same kind of scale. And if I start cropping my photos beforehand, the photo company will blow them up to the same size, and that won't be good for my style, because I want my photos to be in the same kind of scale. That's just one of those things that I have realized during the years, and I'm happy about my method. It works really nice for me. I will be working with a couple of different collections of Project Lifelike cards, and I think that when I did the cat layouts, I found my stash of cards again, and I realized that I have a lot of really pretty cards that I want to use. And when it's been a while since you've dug into the things, it's fun to rediscover everything again, and just feel that you have new product almost. And this collection was sure one of those, and the colors fit the summer day theme very well. I love taking photos of pretty things like soap bubbles. It's almost like an experiment. You want to capture the light in the soap bubbles, and you also want to get the big ones. So I often play with my kids to take the perfect photos, and they work pretty well with me, and they want me to take photos of the things that they make, and soap bubbles is one of those really summery things that I want to capture. We did a photo shoot the other day, and I tried to take photos of these lovely bubbles, but when I went to my computer afterwards and I looked at them, all I could see in the photos was this big area of our lawn that died during winter. So when I look at the photos, my eyes are drawn towards this gray part of the lawn where the grass isn't growing, and the bubbles, they just don't show up to me. So I don't think that I will scrap those photos, and next time I want to take photos of my kids, I will be more particular about the background, and sometimes those are the important things, and sometimes they don't matter at all. But for soap bubbles, I realized that you need to have a pretty background as well for them to end up in my album anyway. This layout is turning into somewhat of a grid layout. I love those 2x2 squares. My total favorites. I could buy whole collections in that size, I think. And perhaps that's why I love the 6x6 paper pads. I like the small cards. The snap collections, they come with a lot of cards, and at the moment I don't feel that I ever be able to use up everything, but I will be able to use up those small 2x2 cards and the embellishments that come with the pack. So I think that's if you really love the collection, the snap packs are totally worth the purchase and the money. You get a lot, and if you want to use it a lot, it's a really nice buy. If you just like a couple of the cards, then you better think twice about it, though, because you get stuck with a lot of supplies. And I have one more of those snap packs. It's the one, I think it's called Epic. It's a more masculine type of collection with really rich red and yellow and brown colors. It's very, very pretty. But I realize that the layouts I make become very similar, because the colors, they are, I can't say they are special in any way, but they, if you've seen one combination, you've seen all of them in a way. So, but I will most definitely bring out that snap pack as again, and have a go with a couple of more layouts, because I like the format of these collections. Now I'm making a title that won't make it onto the final layout, and this I was a bit confused at the moment. I loved the contrast, and I think that it picked up on some of the red kind of orangey tones in the text on the cards, but it was too much. And when I had finished making the layout, I discussed it with hubby, and he's really good with color, and he thought it looked odd as well. So in the still photos at the end of this video, I will show you the font that I ended up using as my title, and it looks so much better. I didn't get the same contrast as these letters gave, but it was more pleasing to the eye. I will choose another thickest font that I got from Cindy, and it's a burlap kind of font, and it is more easy to watch. Now I'm just taking small pieces of cards and things that I've cut away from other cards to make them fit, and I'm placing them on top of others to give more interest, and also to make the title stand on something. And I really love the impression here with the text and the white and the different cameras, and I'm picking up on some of the type of decorations twice, like the butterflies there, for example, and the stripes. And I enjoyed making this, and it was one of those pages when I felt that, oh, now these pretty photos are in my album. I'm happy about that. And sometimes that's just what you need. You need to feel that, oh, finally I've done something with these photos, and they will always be remembered. And I can look at them in a positive way, having them in my album and not needing to look after them in my box. And that's really good, I think. Here you can see the final title, and I'm much more pleased with how this turned out. I picked up on that orangey kind of peach tone anyway, with those small stripes of paper together with the title. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you soon here in my channel. Take care. This is Åsa. Bye.